Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about NEO stock and how we see that it is down over 20% in the last month and how we could see it as a short-term versus a long-term investment. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so first looking at NEO's week, it's actually down almost 17% at a price of $35. And just a week ago, it was at $42. But now, if we look at the month, it had peaked out at $46 and at a low was at $34 during this tech sell off, kind of. And in that first to second kind of week of March, it had spiked up around 10% one day. And just looking at 2021, it is now down almost 50% since the beginning of February when it was at $62 and now is only at $35. And another thing to note is that its market cap is actually at 60 billion, and I believe at one point during the sell-off when it was at its low, it was only at a 50 billion market cap, and at its high when it was $62 per share, it was at 100 billion. So it kind of almost lost over 50% of its market cap in just a month. But looking at it, obviously, in the last year, we still see that it's up 1,158% since it was at around $2 when it started and had seen a very, very big increase since the fall of 2020. And now a big reason why the stock could be down is because on Friday last week, on March 26th, it had announced that it was shutting down a factory for 5 days due to the global shortage in semiconductors. And now today, the factory has been shut down and is halting production of cars. And now the production is going to affect the first quarter for NEO, as it says that deliveries will be shortened by at least 500 vehicles. And now that the 500 is subtracted, they predict that the deliveries for the first 3 months of the year will be 19,500 compared to the previous of 20,000 to 20,500. And just like NEO, a lot of the car companies and automakers are seeing a decrease in their productions as there's a global shortage in semiconductors and chips, which then brings their revenue and expectations for earnings to become less and less. But we've seen that NEO in the last week actually has been seeing a lot of movement downwards, as it's now down almost 17%. And this was the news actually officially happened on March 26th, and the stock was actually down double digits, I believe, that day. And then it actually recovered until the aftermarket. But a big reason to why this stock is down 17% in the last week is because there is a current sell-off kind of happening in the market. The markets have been down for the last couple of days, and now they're adding to the fact that they will have to halt their productions for 5 days. And so, yeah, on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, we saw that it was actually positive at the beginning of the week, or beginning of the last week. Then it saw a 14% drop in just 2.5 days. And again, we saw that it dropped 5% from the end of March 25th to the start of March 26th. And as we see these big movements downwards for NEO, this could show that when the stock is down 10%, that there are a lot of short-term type of investors instead of long-term, because they're trying to make their money quickly, and when they see that there's this bad news and it's rapidly falling, then there will be an extra sell-off to that stock, which then causes it to go down double digits. And for long-term investors, this news may not matter as much, and we could just see this as a sell-off in the stock, for now, obviously, and then we could see in the future that this 500 car production halt is not that big of a deal, and it'll be compared to its productions in the future of like 2023, when the automaker does not have a lot of weight with 500 cars. And again, I want to show that Tesla also is actually down 14% this month. And it started off just like Neo did, just a little bit positive at the beginning of the month, and saw a very big sell off just as the whole market was selling off. But then we saw a big surge actually on the first to second week of March, during the March 8th to March 10th, and then it was stable for that little period of time, and again is now starting to see another type of sell off. So what I'm trying to say is that when Tesla is going up or down, that means that Neo could be going up or down. So if Tesla is up, let's say like 20%, then maybe Neo would be 15% up. Because we saw this actually when Tesla, there was a day in March, in the beginning of March, when Tesla was up 20%, the Nasdaq was up 4%, and Neo was good. I don't remember how much Neo was up, but it was up double digits that day as well. And if we do continue to see the markets down and down every single day, then we could see that Neo is going to be hit even harder, just because it's a short-term type of investment to some people. That means that the short-term people will panic and sell out, and that causes the stock to go down. And that's why we could see this as long-term investment, and that's just my opinion, not a financial advisor or stock analyst opinion. But we could see it as a long-term investment. It's still at only $30, and this is something that Kathy Wood said about Tesla when it was pretty cheap, under $100 obviously, and she said that the stock could be very, very stagnant and stable at a moment for a long period of time, but then it sees a very, very big boom, and we kind of saw that with Tesla when it went up 500% in just like a year, I believe. And the same thing happened with Neo. It is up 1,000% just in the last year, from $2 all the way to $62 when it was up 2,000%, but now it's down to only like 1,000%, I think. And another thing I want to show you guys is that Neo is actually on the tip of becoming a profitable company. We see that the revenue is an average estimate of 1.17 billion for the next quarter, and in 2022 is 8.61 billion. And also the earnings is actually estimated to be just under profits, and we could see that this is a sign that it could be a long-term investment. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Neo stock and where you think it's going to go in the next couple of years. Let me know what you guys want next, and I'll catch you then.